Shabbat Shalom, Kol Halal Yahweh Bashim Shai Bahashim Kodash. Double honors to the elder apostles of GMS, and the elder bishops of GMS, including the elders that came before them that taught us His truth, and Shalom. Shabbat Shalom and salutations to all the brothers that push in the word of truth and in sincerity. The hopeful elect tabernacle of David. I'm the brother Yashawan, back with the WW3 Daily update. Shabbat Shalom to you and salutations. All right, so just a quick update for today. This thing is inevitable. It's just growing by the day. We're just waiting for the next shoe to drop, right? Between everybody's waiting for they're forcing Vladimir Putin to use his tactical nukes. That's the next step in this thing. So anyway, Joel 3:9. Proclaim ye this among the Gentiles, prepare war. Wake up the mighty men, let all the men of war draw near, let them come up. Everybody's moving their gear, if you will. Tanks, right? Planes, missiles, uh, battleships. Everybody's getting themselves into place. All right? Here, Joel 3:2. I will also gather all nations and bring them down into the valley of Jehoshaphat. Okay? So God is making this happen. I will gather the armies of the world into the valley of Jehoshaphat. Why? There will I judge them for harming my people. That's why he's doing it. Right? For scattering my people among the nations and for dividing up my land. So God has a master plan. He's going to get all the nations' armies, right? All the armies of the world. This is huge because we see this happening. Just to read that. Valley of Jehoshaphat is talking about the greater Middle East, okay? So right now, I mean, it's happening. Right now, can you see that nobody's coming over here to fight? Everybody's moving in the direction of the Middle East. What's going on in Syria right now? Okay. Well, the last battle, the Battle of Armageddon, is going to happen right in the Middle East. Okay. Right now, we see planes and tanks gathering. Where? Over there. You understand? All right, so this is 2 days ago. It says 1 day, but they said the 6th. I believe today is the 8th. So, with that, this is Paul and Adrian, Off-Grid Desert Farming. Urgent news, U.S. military to directly engage Russia soon as thousands of tanks and APCs shipped to Poland. APC is an armored personnel carrier. Okay? Yeah. What do you see? Abrams tanks, M2 Bradley. These are tanks. So they're gonna have a tank war before they stop dropping tactical nukes. Then it's gonna expand to ICBMs, and then Babylon the Great will catch hell, if you will. All right, so let's watch this. We're gonna let him talk a little bit and just give you the climate of the war theater, what's going on over there, how it's escalating and why. But we know that the Most High is the one doing the gather. He's gathering them all together so he can launch that ambush, all right?
Hello, everybody. This is Paul from Off-Grid Desert Farming with Paul and Adrian. This is December 6th, 2022, and we have an emergency alert for you this afternoon. Folks, this is not good, but it looks like the United States and NATO is going to get into the war with Russia, folks. United States is shipping 700 M1A Abram tanks M2 Bradley fighting vehicles. They plan to invade Western Ukraine and cause an insurrection in Belarus. So this is the news that is being reported. Please share this video out. This is what is coming in just a few hours ago. But I want to read you this important article. Polish Ukrainian Confederacy with dowry of 700 M1A Abrams tanks and M2 Bradley fighting vehicles plan to invade Western Ukraine and insurrection in Belarus. Colossal transfer of U.S. forces to Poland and Romania. So this is what is happening, folks. We are moving our battle tanks into Poland and Romania. It looks like to invade Western Ukraine. And
what's happening is Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua, God is gathering the troops into the valley of Jehoshaphat. All right, that's what you see happening slowly.
To possibly take over Kaliningrad and invade Belarus in the coming months. It does look like that NATO is going to actually man up, folks. They're going to man up. Instead of using Ukrainian army to do their dirty work, they're actually going to have to go in and do it ourselves. And there is a big possibility that we're going to be engaging Russia directly because Ukrainian troops don't know how to operate our tanks, folks. They don't know how to operate them. And you're not going to train them in just an afternoon. So this is a picture of some of the tanks now being moved into Poland. He said hundreds of tanks and armored vehicles were moved from the United States to Romania and Poland with Russian authorities on alert. The scene is being set up on the Polish, Ukrainian, and Romanian-Ukraine borders and is reminiscent of a preparation for a major war. The Russians are openly talking about creating a Polish-Ukrainian confederation that will be based on the special status granted by Vladimir Zelensky to Polish citizens and will serve NATO's plans in the region. The first goal of this invasion of these forces in Western Ukraine and then an uprising and overthrow of Lukashenko in Belarus. So this is what we did, folks. In 2014, Victoria Nuland, with the help of George Soros' money, Hillary Clinton, Barack Obama, they orchestrated the Maidan Revolution in Ukraine and overthrew the legitimate government of Ukraine. So our CIA looks like it's going to try to do the same thing in Belarus in just a couple months, invade Belarus, take that away from Russia, probably invade Kaliningrad, take that away from Russia. So we're moving forces. Over 2,400 pieces of armor is going into Europe right now in the next couple of weeks. 700 tanks and armored vehicles such as M2 Bradleys, M113s, and M1A2A Abrams were loaded at the port of Gdynia in Poland. At the same time, an unspecified number of American units were also deployed in Romania, along with several French Leclerc tanks. They were transported aboard the ship Integrity and will reinforce the U.S. Army's 1st Infantry Division. According to the Polish media, the transfer of the equipment taking place within the framework of the Atlantic Resolve program, which was launched in 2014 and aims to strengthen the American presence in Europe. At the same time, a larger batch of military equipment from the United States is expected to arrive in January. So they're shipping this stuff now in December, and an even larger batch is going to be shipped in January. Russian media, their destination is Ukraine and the border with Belarus. Russian media noted that much of this armament will be transferred to the Ukrainian armed forces. They specifically mention where exactly this weaponry grows is unknown, but there are only 2 destinations, Ukraine and the border of Belarus. It is said to be part of a larger batch of 2,400 armored vehicles, folks. So we're sending in major firepower. These are heavy weapons. It does look like that we're getting ready for war. Now, all our American troops have to do, folks, is take off the American uniforms and put on the Ukrainian uniforms, and magically they are transported or transformed into Ukrainian soldiers. So Ukraine's not going to be operating these tanks, folks. Our military is probably going to be operating these 2,400 armored vehicles wearing Ukrainian uniforms. It says Poland continues to stockpile military equipment. According to the Polish newspaper, Wyborcza, the U.S. military equipment was delivered to the base of the 2nd Armored Brigade, which had been stationed in Poland since 2017. In addition to the M1A2 Abram tanks, M2 Bradley infantry fighting vehicles were delivered, as well as M113 armored personnel carriers in various versions, along with other equipment. It is supposed that within 2 weeks, all of this armament will be distributed among the military bases located in different parts of Poland. At the same time, Russian military experts are focusing on the future fate of American armored vehicles and tanks. It is known that some of them will participate in joint exercises, while others may be transferred to Ukraine. Note that the M1A Abrams tanks have long been a dream of the Ukrainian leadership. However, until recently, the United States refused to supply this equipment to Kiev, fearing an escalation of the conflict between Ukraine and the Russian Federation. But apparently now those fears have disappeared. So, folks, these are the videos that's coming in right now. Let me enlarge it on your screen of a few of the tanks now being unloaded from this ship at the port in Poland. So let me stop it here. So this is just a very small part of the equipment that is going to be shipped to Poland and Romania in the coming months. So, folks, we're getting ready to fight Russia. I don't care what Joe Biden says. I don't care what John Kirby says. We're getting into a position now for NATO to take on Russia directly, and we should have did this from the beginning, folks. We shouldn't have sacrificed over 300,000 Ukrainians to do the job that we're supposed to be doing. If we want to fight Russia, let's go ahead and fight Russia. Let's man up. Let's ball up. Let's do it right and quit using other countries and killing their citizens. I mean, if we want to fight them so bad, let's do it ourselves. And
Well, it's World War, and everybody's going to be in it. Why? Because God is the one that's doing it. All right? He's gathering all nations. He's gathering the armies of the world. Okay? We go down here. Let's get the dragons of Arabia. Okay? Where's the Arabs? Behold, this is 2nd Ezra 15 and 28. This is when it transfers over into the valley of Yehoshaphat or Jehoshaphat, when it starts getting thick in that particular theater. Behold, an horrible vision, and the appearance thereof from the east, where the nations of the dragons of Arabia in the Middle East shall come out with many chariots, and the multitude of them shall be carried as the wind upon the earth, that all they which hear them may fear and tremble. Also the Iranians, the Persians, the Carmanians, raging in wrath, shall go forth as the wild boars of the wood, and with great power shall they come and join the battle with them. With who? With the dragons of Arabia, and shall waste a portion of the land of the Assyrians, the Americans over there. And then shall the dragons have the upper hand, remembering their nature. And if they turn themselves, conspiring together in great power to persecute them. Right? So, this war ain't going nowhere. You understand? Shall come out with many chariots. What's this? Many chariots. See that? What's this? What's this guy showing? He's showing many chariots. Look at this. The prophecies are jumping off of the page of the scriptures, all right? So with that, we hope that the elector edify you, brothers and sisters. With that, I'm going to say Shabbat Shalom.